Hello, everybody. Tuesday, the 17th of October. David and Darren, I applaud you, chaps. I love it. David's already written, "Good morning, all. I enjoy these so much. I arrived 9 minutes too early." And Darren, good morning. Good morning. David, I was doing the setup and I was like, oh, there's a comment coming. But look, I love it. Great to see you doing something a bit different today as well. A very good morning, all. Happy Tuesday, MT, says Jordan. Let me just put these up. What am I doing? Yes, David, good morning, all. I enjoy these so much. I arrived 9 minutes too early. Darren, morning. Jordan, a very good morning. And happy Tuesday to you too, sir. Now, Jordan, as I've mentioned before, is a legend in the team leader community. And on this phone here, I am doing a live stream into the community like a I'm toying with it because at the moment all anyone can see is my profile, which isn't so great. um, yes, Neris, the best rapper in our industry, is here, an all-round wonderful human being. And talking of wonderful human beings, Alan is here. Good morning, and again another great human, Clayton. Good morning. Good morning. M and H, Martin and Hugo. Thank you, buddy. So I want to kick us off with the question. Darren's here now. Darren, director of customer experience, all round. I've known Darren through LinkedIn for a good few years, and he is looking for a new role. So please, let's all the power of our network come together and get good guys like Darren smashing it in a new company because he knows his stuff. Joe is here. Good morning, pal. How you doing? And all the way from Australia, Christy is here. Good evening. Good evening, Christy. Thank you for joining. And Phil is here. Yes, now we're going to get good comments because Phil's here. But Christy, appreciate you joining all the way from Australia. So, what's Jordan saying? Gone a bit slow on the comments here. Why isn't it not? Oh, okay. Oh, it's because they're coming in. Sound quality is miles better on the LinkedIn version rather than the team leader community. Hey, you're welcome, Darren. Oh, the dancing queen of customer service and contact centers, Jackie. Good morning. Good morning. I have a role operations director, Central London. Darren, drop me a call. Yeah, great. Caroline is here. Hello, Caroline. Looking forward to meeting you at the expo. Oh, yes. Good morning, sports fans. Craig's here. That's put a smile on my face. Let me get through to the main question, okay? Oh, well, not the main question. Say hello in the comments. You're all doing that already. But do you collect anything? Let's get to know each other. And no judgment here, people. No judgment. Do you collect anything? I am a bit of a collector of these evil eyes, actually, from my time in Turkey, and I guess toys. I have a evil eye tattoo. There's one in every house, every room in the house, and one in the car. I hand them out to people. So that is that's what I collect. But let's get to know each other a little bit better. Hold on. Craig Watts, don't talk to me about sport. Oh dear, Neris, I know, I feel your pain. My mum's Welsh, so Rugby World Cup was not good, was it? Good, you two can get connected. So Nigel's here. Good morning, Nigel. I'm not going to do the running joke. Where do the weeks go? So, Jackie, you did finally make it, and we're very pleased. So, Alan collects vinyl and comics. Brilliant. I love it. I love vinyl and comics. Jordan already said hello, but avid collector of bikes, obviously. So Jordan is a very, very keen and competent mountain bike rider, Jordan, isn't it? And F1 memorabilia. Clayton is collecting checks. Ray, this is the best one so far. I've been collecting chins since I was in my late 20s. Me too. Me too. Christy collects crystals. Oh, lovely. I bet you have got some crackers. Um, Super sad, but lanyards from events. I'm looking at circa 35 hanging above my desk. That's a nice way of marking your journey through those events, I guess, though, isn't it? I don't think that's super sad, Neris, at all. Um, you have to. I do. I know I have to get in touch with you, Nigel. Is that what you mean? I'm so sorry. It's a bit chaotic, my life. Scott, I've collected many things over the years, but currently it's ghost figurines from the York Ghost Merchants. Was in York a week ago and had to queue nearly 2.5 hours to get in the shop. Wow, that's the power of collecting things and being interested in stuff, isn't it? That you I have a lot of respect. Okay, do the running joke. I have. Okay, Nigel, I will get in touch with you this week. Oh dear, sorry, my friend. So I love this from Scott. Ghost figurines from the York Ghost Merchants. And was it worth it, Scott? Have you got a favourite one? But this is great. These are absolutely the kind of things I was talking about, and this is a nice way for us to get to know each other. So, as mentioned there, Neris collects lanyards. So I imagine. Oh, hold on. Let's have a look. We've got a couple of people in the team leader community. Hi, Susan. Hi, G. And hi, Lana. And G collects movie memorabilia. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Sarah's here. Now, me and Sarah collect a picture of us every year. We need to do one this year, Sarah, because we haven't done it. David says Morris Minors. Wow, one real one, which was my first ever car. Now over 100 more toy ones. That is brilliant. I love a Morris Minor. Um, Jackie says gig tickets is a great reminder of the awesome concerts I've been to, especially 80s bands. Yep, giving away my age here. Jackie, come on. We've all seen your moves. We know you can do it. And I like, don't you do a playlist thing on a Friday on LinkedIn, or have I gone mad? Remind me of that, please. Yes, we do. We do need to do our photo, don't we? Hi, everybody. Sorry. I've set up something new today, so I'm just trying it out. Now then, some of you may remember that I've been talking about the expo in London, the 29th and 30th of November in the London Excel. I'm doing a keynote on the 29th, 11:45, and then straight afterwards hosting what should be a great panel. I think Neris is talking there. There's a lot of people watching, I think, that will be talking. But I do hope you can make it. And you may have noticed that I've been doing a couple of adverts. I just want to share my favorite advert with you. Let me know what you think of. So, as you know, I'm speaking at the expo and I've been toying with ideas on how to make it more interactive and interesting. I could bring Hugo, who is bothering me now. I've also, of course, shared a video of someone dancing, and I can try and emulate that. But I don't want people to think I'm not serious about my topic. And I found something that I think is a little bit classier. Why not be supported by a men's choir? So take it away, fellas. I cannot tell you how many times I've watched that. In the I've got a favorite in the lineup from those guys. That is an actual well, it's from the 70s, but that's an actual choir in the States that songs like, well, they don't sing them, but they do songs like that. It's crazy, isn't it? Um, so back to the collection. Yeah, it's nigh on impossible to buy them online because they only release batches once a month. Demand significantly exceeding supply. Wow, great. I'm going to check them out. Don't worry, I won't be competing with you, Scott. Jackie does do something on LinkedIn on a Friday, every Friday, 80s and 90s playlist. I love it. Christy is going to cheer me on in the expo. Thank you. Cheer you on from Tassie. Brilliant. And Phil, it is very catchy, isn't it? Now, when it comes, just humor me for one more second, okay? When it comes to the expo, I'm also going to have a stand, CCP52. It's on a corner, and it's on a corner probably near the toilets. Now, you know, everyone else has beautiful stands with loads of great things going on. I have a roll up banner, two chairs, and a table. But if you are there, oh, and a coat hanger for merchandise. If you are there and you want to get some merchandise, please do come over, order one, grab one. Or if you'd like to do a quick recording with me, I'll have all of my stuff ready to share with you. So you can come and get on, get out of rap. Um, it will be lovely to see you. So, as well as talking at the expo, I've got a stand. But when everyone else's stands are like the Starship Enterprise, mine is going to be a bit Blue Peter. Oh, hello. Caitlin, good morning. I'm new here. Well, please do everybody connect with Caitlin. Welcome, Caitlin. We all like to get to know each other here. We're developing a lovely little community and network. So, Caitlin, it's great to have you. Lee, hello, buddy. How are you doing? Oh, Christy, thanks very much. It's a shame you can't come, but maybe I will get over to Australia. I've got a story about that. Darren says, I'd love to come along, working out the logistics. Yeah, that would be great. So I'm there both days, 29th, 30th. I'm talking on the 29th and hosting a panel on the 29th, get it all out of the way. But I'm there both days. And I have a stand, CCP52. If anyone wants to come along and help me out on the stand, please feel free. Yes, Rob's here. Rob is here. Sorry I'm late. No problem. We'll forgive you. From humble beginnings. Yeah. My humble beginnings are lasting a long time, Christy. Jackie, Darren Cook, it'd be great to meet you if you can make it. Great. Yeah, let's all meet up. If you all want to hang out, CCP52 is going to be where it's at. Morris, brilliant. I look forward to seeing you at Expo. The last time I saw you, Morris, was at Disrupt, I think, wasn't it? Can't wait to hang around your stand. I'll bring a cooler and a captain's chair you'll need, Clayton. Please do bring a cooler. Yeah, definitely day one. We can have a few beers. I'm there too. Brilliant. We can get our picky. Awesome. Nothing better than that. Now, today's question of the day is, what bit of career advice would you share with a younger version of yourself? Now, Jordan, I know for you this is going to be difficult because you're like 20. But for everybody else, and please, well, actually, Jordan, you're a very wise guy, so you can, of course, share. Jordan, I'd love to. Just trying to weigh up commuting options. I think at this point, flying would be less stressful. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. And I wonder why they don't do the expo. They used to do it in Birmingham. I wonder about moving it around year on year. But yeah, it'd be great if you could come. So here is today's question. What bit of career advice would you share with a younger version of yourself? Um, Rob is kicking us off with a great one here. Listen more sooner. Couldn't agree more. Actually, doing the podcast kind of taught me that to listen a hell of a lot more. It's a shame it was 4 years ago that I started listening more rather than 20 years ago. Great one to kick us off. Alan says, fail early and learn from it fast. Brilliant. Brilliant. That is great because um, I say to the girls in the football team that I coach, you win or you learn. And we've learned more from the games we've lost, actually. So, and I'm sure that everyone can relate to that. So, Alan, that's a great one. Christy says, be yourself. That's enough. That's right. There's only one of you. Be unique. Stop. Don't try and be somebody else. Be yourself. I love that, Christy. Neris says, breathe. Very good start, that. Breathe. Just take a moment. Stay focused and don't lose your head and cry when clients shout at you for not delivering SLAs. We had a great conversation yesterday in the team leader community about the stress of work. And as the years have gone by, I look back at some of the times that I was super stressed and think, why on earth was I that stressed? Yes, I cared, and that's great. But I shouldn't have got so stressed that I wasn't present in the moment. So Phil is saying, take your own advice, practice what you preach. Yes, so true, especially if you are in a leadership position. Love that, Phil. Caitlin says, don't settle for money, settle for experience. That's right, isn't it? That reminds me of the one that says, you're either learning or earning, right? And if you're not doing either, then you should maybe go somewhere else. Sarah says, say yes to new opportunities and always know your number. I love it. I love that, Sarah. Jordan says, don't worry about the mistakes you make. Focus more on the lessons you learn. This is brilliant. Rob, find what you enjoy and be the best you can. Focus on being the best in an area that you enjoy. That is such good advice. Craig, if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Back your gut. And now, Craig, and that backed up by science, right? Isn't it? You know, your gut instinct is right for a reason. Um, Clayton says, live in the moment and don't compare yourself to anyone. So true. Oh, Stephanie, hello. How are you? The senior team are just people. Don't worry too much about what you think they're thinking. I love that. I love that. That is great. And again, something else that comes up in the team leader community is that kind of being intimidated by senior leaders or wondering why you're in the same room with them as them. You have a right to be there. Guess what? They are fallible. And as Stephanie says, they're just people. Don't worry too much about what you think they're thinking. Love that. Darren says, oh, like Sarah, always say yes to new opportunities. Don't try and mold yourself into someone else, but learn from them and implement things in your own way. Create your own brand and style. I love it. I love it. I'm often told I'm too old for a baseball cap, but I don't care. I've worn them most of my life, and I'm going to carry on wearing them because I'm down with the kids. Um, Jordan, Christy Edwards, exactly this. Nobody can be a better version of yourself than yourself. I love this. This is brilliant. Joe, you can only be an Olympic champion in one or two disciplines. Allow other people to discover theirs. I love that, Joe. That's not heard that before, but it's very poignant for the world I'm in when I see other people doing things and I think, oh, should I be doing that? And I'm like, nah, let them get on with it. Don't worry about numbers. They're irrelevant. Worry about who or what is producing the numbers. Alan, that's brilliant. I don't remember any of the team's numbers that I produced um, in most of my career. I know I hit target or I didn't, but I can't remember any of the numbers. But I remember the people and the relationships that I formed. So I love that. Morris, find a good life balance. Very, very true. And I guess more challenging these days as well, right? The distinction between home and work is now blurred far more than it ever used to be. So, what a great bit of advice. Jackie says, stop listening to the negative mind talk telling me I'm not good enough or I can't do it. Wish I'd done that sooner. Yeah, you and me are very similar in that sense. Your brain will find reasons for you not to do things. It will tell you you can't do it because of X, Y, and Z, when in fact, you might as well just try it, right? David says, work on your strengths and become brilliant in those areas. Then work with others who are strong in your weak areas. Awesome. That is great, David. Um, Purpose is as important as progression. Yes. Yes, exactly. A more purposeful life is one that I'm trying to lead, Scott. That's after reading, or I'm still reading, Discipline is Destiny, is it? It's on my desk. Yeah. Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Halliday. And that talks about purpose and being a bit more intentional with what you're doing. Try to be the best version of yourself every day. Sorry, Morris, I wasn't laughing at that because that is brilliant. I'm always in. The only person I'm in competition with is myself, and myself that was me yesterday. Rob, I've got a waterproof cap for my birthday. Say you're old without saying you're old. This is the thing, because I'm getting older. I think the comments about wearing a baseball cap are becoming more common. With people going, "Should you be wearing that?" That's the worst thing to say to me because I will always just say it'll make me wear it more. Wear another one. Wear two at once. What great advice! I'm gonna take this little version of the show and edit it and share it as well. I think just this little bit because um, you have come up with some lovely advice. Spend your pocket money on shares in a company called Amazon and not on panini stickers. Phil, okay. Yes, but can I just tell you something? One of my prized possessions, and we talked about collecting things. Um, I have the World Cup 1982 Panini sticker album fully completed. It is probably one of my favorite possessions. It's a bit battered. It's certainly not worth any money, but I do like leafing through it. And whenever there's a football tournament and I see Panini stickers out, it does bring back some lovely memories. Need. Rick, hello, sir. How you doing, buddy? So yeah, Amazon for the money, Panini for the memories. Look, this has been some great advice, everybody. Again, it's no surprise, judged from you guys, because I know your brains are super duper. Rick and Darren know each other. Good morning. Rather have the Panini stickers. Yeah, me and Alan are the same on this one, Phil. We're all together. We all love a bit of Panini stickers. Okay, so it's getting to that time. Your favorite part of the show, I think. So we are doing the Contact Babel CX Decision Makers Guide read along because we finished the contact center one. We did it a few weeks ago. We're now, this is the second week, I think, doing the CX version. Christy says mine is a Tazo collector's folder from 1990. There you go. I love it. Yeah, so we're doing the CX, and we've already spotted a few differences, but also some similarities, I think. So we, if you remember, were at, and this is about page 40, I think. No, I tell a lie, it's page 28. It's only 115 pages in this one. And if you remember, there were 209 CX leaders had a detailed questionnaire, and then 1,000 consumers were asked their opinion. So this one is a great one to crack us off, to get cracking on this week. And that is the most important aim of CX improvement program by vertical market. And you can see there, blue is to increase customer retention rates. That's the most important aim. The orange is to gain higher cross sell and upsell rates. The green is to gain more new customers. And the yellow is to lower customer service cost. So good. Rob is ready. Rolls up sleeves, ready to go. Rob's ready. So if we look at the average, 33% of the respondents said the most important aim of their CX improvement program was to increase customer retention rates. Very small percent, 5% said cross-sell and upsell. 24% said it was to gain new customers, and 38% said it was to lower the customer service cost. What's interesting is then looking at the differences in vertical market. I guess straight away, the statisticians in you, or those of you that are involved in analyzing data, collecting data, I wouldn't class myself as that, but straight away I thought, well, 209 respondents, how many of them do manufacturing, for example? So when it's 50-50 like that, does that mean there are only 2 respondents? I don't know. Nonetheless, there's some very interesting differences there, I think. Public sector and government, 80%, by far the highest response of any of these vertical markets. Landing on one response was 80% said the most important aim of their CX improvement program is to lower the customer service cost. And that's the world they're in, isn't it? You know, you hear about local governments going bankrupt. They are dealing with people over some really emotive, contentious issues, yet their primary aim of their CX program is to lower customer service cost. I say program improvement. Interesting that public services and utilities focus on cost to serve reduction, possibly driven by public media pressure on taxpayers, etc. Phil, great point. Great point. And I guess you could put housing in that as well. So housing, 50% is on a reduction. Rob says, understandable public sector in recent years. Yeah, very true. If you have financial services is interesting, isn't it? Increased customer retention, kind of an even split between the three, retain, gain new ones, and lower cost. Neris says some do go from very rubbish to a bit less rubbish, though. So your starting point matters. Very, very true. Rob says utilities have their monopoly to deliver terrible service. What does it say about utilities? Yeah, 25% increased customer retention, 75% lower customer service. They're not bothered about getting new customers, are they, Rob? Neris Caulfield, low base, so anything will look amazing. Alan is agreeing with you there, Neris. Christy says, sure do. Living that in the energy sector right now. Wow. So again, it's a tough times for all, I think, but this is a very interesting one to kick us off. They then they then split the data on revenue. So investment in CX improvements by revenue. So on I don't know what's that axis called, the vertical one, Y or X. I always get mixed up. I can see utilities if water, but electric and gas surely must need to focus on other things. Let me just go back because you're still commenting on that. Sorry, guys. Darren says telecoms isn't a surprise. Having just come from that industry, it's a subscription model and competitive. So you have to retain customers to maintain market share, especially in the altnet world where penetration in the area you are focused on is key. Darren, thank you for that insight. That's really interesting. Rick says most customers buy utility because of how much it is, so they can lower customer experiences. Interesting, Rick. So let's just go on to the next one. This is investment in CX improvements by revenue. So not by vertical market, but by the revenue of the companies asked. And you can see the green is new technology. So they're investing in new technology. The yellow is employee training. The reason I was laughing, I was just looking at the less than 1 million revenue, the bottom one, look. Only 3% of investment goes on employee and training. The light blue is business process improvement. The red is external consultancy. And then we have other in the grey. So if you are if your company produces less than £1 million worth of revenue, You're spending 17% of that on external consultants. It's interesting. You're spending 50% on business process improvement and 30% on new technology. If you sit in the 1 to 10 million pound bracket, you are investing 53% of any investment in technology, 21% on employee training, 23% on business process improvement, and only 4% on consultancy. Interesting. What are we get? What's our takeaways from this? Rob is saying, I love that those with less budget are doing so much more in other ways. Yeah, the ones with less budget do stick out, don't they? But they need to train people more. Yes, they do. Don't knock the 17% on external consultants. Worth every penny. I really shouldn't, should I? I wouldn't class myself as a external consultant in the true sense of the word, but I guess I am external offering a service. So yeah, I've just shot myself in the foot there, and I definitely would never question Neris and the value you add, for sure. When you're smaller, you need experts in your room that might not be in house. Okay, yeah, I sit corrected. I sit corrected. This is why I love these sessions, because I always learn from you guys. Every day is a school day. Um, Always be in a room with smarter people, which is what I'm doing. Yes, this is good, Neris. Thank you very much. Any other takeaways from this? I guess it's interesting to look at a huge organization, more than 1 billion revenue, versus not a commercial organization. They're practically the same in how they invest in CX improvements. Less than 1 million tend to use external and they don't need the training. Yes. Yeah, Morris, it's true, isn't it? Let's buy more tech and not look at improvement utilization. This theme has followed us from the contact center decision maker guide read along, hasn't it? I think we're going to be at Expo. I've talked about it a lot, and at some point, someone is going to say technology isn't a silver bullet. Guaranteed. We should do Expo bingo, I think. But it's funny how we're going. We always seem to go this way. It's interesting, isn't it? I refer back to the number statement before. Laser focus on the who or what, not on the number, says Alan. It's all about the on the who and the what, not on the number. I love it. Right. Now then, channel change. This is interesting because there was a similar one in the contact center decision makers guide, if you remember. So this question is, how do you think inbound channels will change in your contact center in the next 12 months? I agree with you, Morris. It is not a silver bullet. Darren agrees with Phil. Agree. Why spend all that money and then not drive the best out of it? It's not going to do all the work for you. Very true. Now, let's have a look at this. How do you think inbound channels will change in your contact center in the next 12 months? So green is greatly increased, dark green. Light green is slightly increased. Yellow is no change. Pink, slight decrease. Red, greatly decrease. Web chat, 30% believe will greatly increase. 38% think will slightly increase. Social media, again, the majority thinking it is going to increase either greatly or slightly. The telephone self-service, making a distinction there between telephone live agent, by the way, because telephone live agent, 42% will slightly decrease, believe will slightly decrease in the next 12 months. 6% greatly decrease. 22% believe there'll be no change. 22% slight increase, 6% great increase. I wonder about this one. What do you think when we look at the telephone? Excuse me. Um, Rob says, let's push self serve, whether or not the customer wants it. Love it, Rob. Phil says, most expensive cost to serve being reduced. Commercial decision on the telephone. Um, One of the stats I remember from our contact center decision maker guide was on the consumer section, where there was a 70%, I think, preference still for the telephone. Um, Yet those people that are leading CX functions do think that it's going to decrease. 48% of the respondents think that the telephone live agent will decrease. Hold on. They're too confident that all the projects just push self-serve will work. They won't, says Rob. I love it. A lot of noise and success from WhatsApp being introduced. Interesting. Yes. So if we look at this column here, SMS messaging, WhatsApp Messenger, etc. 16% believe will greatly increase in the next 12 months. 32% believe will slightly increase. 16% no change. 1% slight decrease, which doesn't seem likely, does it? So very, very interesting. Letter still being there as well. Absolutely can see that. A decrease. I thought that would have been higher, but I am surprised at telephone live agent and the prediction that this is going to decrease. But I guess slight decrease seems, I guess, reasonable. Um, I wonder whether these respondents are expecting an increase in CSAT during the same period. Great, it would be great. You would assume, and that's dangerous, isn't it? But you would assume that they would be doing everything they could to see that increase, right? So business will look to change behavior when hiring talent, says Rick. Potentially people who have social media experience as opposed to CX experience. Will be interesting to look at it in the future. Yes. Jackie says phone will continue to be a preference when things go wrong, but will decrease for basic queries, leading to a greater need for empathy skills, problem solving, and emotional intelligence. Sorry, Martin, I keep losing connection. Oh, sorry, Christy. Well, goodbye, Australia. Have a wonderful, productive day. I'm exhausted after a company-wide gathering today. I wish more spent the budget on the people who will make it back tenfold. Yes, so true. Rob says, if customers don't want to channel shift, they won't be happier if forced. Of course, telephony and the need for live agent will go south. You can't get through, so you use another option, web form, which is then seen as customer choice. It's interesting. Your 2 points, Rob and Phil, are linked, aren't they? If you can't get through your news, yeah, very, very true. So let's have a look at the next one. I want to get through these. There's a really interesting one coming up. Investment in CX channel by vertical market. Green is telephone, yellow is digital, and blue is physical stores. So very, very interesting here. You can see investment in CX channel. So whilst people believe there'll be a decrease in the telephone, they are still investing in it, with the average being that they'll see a 35% will be investment in telephony, 54% though in digital. Services 67% digital, financial services 54%, retail 58%, and we're seeing that, aren't we, all the time. Public sector government 56%. Outsourcing 53%. Interesting outsourcing. Do you lead or do you follow based on what your client is looking for? It's very interesting, isn't it? Any comments on this slide? I think this one, I want to get to investing in telephone could be how to replace it. Yeah, could be. It could be. It doesn't actually say because I was looking up what physical stores, 11% for services I found interesting. Would have been nice to do a bit more digging on that one, but there wasn't anything in there. Okay, the next one, same thing. I'm going to go past that one because I really like this one. Look at this. How well does your organization currently support your CX program? So a bit of self-analysis here. Dark green was excellent. Our support is excellent of our CX program. Um, Good, light green. Fair is yellow. Average is pink, and poor is red. And then you see the different areas. So you've got CX technology, you've got number of dedicated CX employees, you've got amount of time available for CX improvement, you've got organizational readiness for change. Great sentence. Available resources budget. Building a customer centric culture. Now, Danny Wareham sent his apologies. He's not able to make this, and he's going to watch the recording, but he would love that one. Building a customer centric culture. Um, Board level support, executive commitment for CX. Let's start with these two, shall we? So, 33% of the respondents thought that the board level support and the executive commitment for CX was excellent. Now, bearing in mind the 209 are CX leaders, I wonder how many of them are board level or senior executives. Probably all of them. Yeah, we're pretty excellent. 36% said good. Building a customer centric culture. 25% said excellent. 42% said fair. Um, the highest percentage where the response was they're poor support was in CX technology. Don't that 24% said their organization is poor when it comes to the CX technology supporting the CX program, which is interesting. Excuse me. I think the respondents are answering their own homework. Me too, Rob. Me too. Amount of time available for CX improvement. Number of dedicated CX employees. Um, Again, maybe just a rethink about how we're thinking about our employees. Surely we're all supporting CX, aren't we? Um, so I thought I'd end with that interesting slide. Um, how come customers don't agree? Morris, is so true, isn't it? We're seeing from the Institute of Customer Service and people like that CS levels are at a 15-year low. We've got some work to do, but excellent, excellent. Now, maybe they're spending money on tech, but not getting the results they expected. Neris, one for you there. Please do answer that. Finally, just finally today in the show, and apologies, I'm going to leave as I have capability. Bye, Lana. Sorry, I'm doing both. I'm the trialing out Team Leader Community live stream at the same time. Well, exactly, Jackie. We're saying the same thing. It's dropped year after year. Morris says, if customers don't think so, then what does the science say? I need your help just finally before we close. Can you help me with this question? I'm restarting the Get Out of Rap newsletter on LinkedIn and email. What do you want in a newsletter? I know there are a lot out there. I was thinking I was going to do a video one actually, a little bit like this. But what do you want to see in a newsletter? Or are there too many of them? What are your thoughts on newsletters? It would be great just to pick your brains. So, bye, Lana. Thank you. Rob, well, it's not the golden bullet everyone thinks it is. That's so true. Needs to be expertly delivered. We're talking about technology. But if you could just help me out, what do you want in a newsletter? And I guess specifically, what would you want or not want in a Get Out of Rap newsletter? Um, bacon rolls. I'll see what I can do, Phil. Um, what about the best of Gal, like golden nuggets? Yeah, that's good, Rick. I'm writing that one down. That's great. Thank you. Golden nuggets. There is Tales from the Calling Floor, funny stories anonymized, and the day in the life overviews from TLs. Love it. Then funny stories. I'm hearing some good ones at the moment. Love that, Neris. Thank you very much. Maybe some karaoke raps and things as well. Something a bit different. Sorry, man, I have to be honest. I don't tend to read newsletters. Videos capture my attention more. That's what I was thinking. Well, I call it a newsletter, but I was toying with the idea of the newsletter is basically just a link to a video like this. But you get it through TLC contains some funny stories. Yeah, Rob, that's what I was thinking. Success stories of the TLC. Yeah, Jordan, brilliant. I love this. But to that earlier point, Jackie, I'm kind of with you. Networking events, yes. So, what's coming up? What's caught my eye? Proven results and upsides to joining. Yes. Well, we know there's award winners now in the TLC and people being promoted in the team leader community. I hope, and in a very small way, I think the team leader communities played a part in that. But I've got no, I won't. I've got a video that I made for the team leader community. I'll share that another time. So newsletters, there are a lot of them, aren't there? And we're all stuck for time. So shorter the better, right? Is that? Can I just ask that final question? A short one being better, or do you want something that you can read later on? Busting some moves. We have music now at our training, and I was caught dancing to that. So I do love a dance, Rob. Come on. I bet you've got some moves as well. Craig, some good news or positive stuff. So much doom and gloom everywhere you look. Dead right, Craig. We agree. We agree. That's why, again, most of my videos, I like to try and have some humor in there where you can still be professional and absolutely on it without being super serious, right? So this has been really, really helpful. I want to thank you for your contribution as always, and also for me sort of saying hello over here. I was trying something new for the people in the team leader community. I think I would tinker with that, but please do short for me, says Jackie. Happy to see a dance move or two, Martin. Well, listen, you are the absolute master when it comes to dancing. What frequency for the newsletter? I think I need to do one that I can commit to. So once a month. Thank you, Rick. Thanks, everybody. It's been really enjoyable. I love spending time with you all. Same time again next week. It will be great to see you next Tuesday. But thank you all very much and have a lovely week ahead.